Hey, what's up everyone? Ragey Golden Eagle here, having way too much fun as always. And today I'm coming to you with a very, very important discovery. This is huge. This is like life on Mars level huge. I will be presenting to you proof that there exists a non-cucked life form among the Canadian legal system. Yeah, I know it's very, very hard to believe, but there is one. Faint hope case for men with money. Judge cuts off Saskatchewan woman's spousal support after she asked to triple it. Oh, this is gonna be good. Even in the tagline, Judge Kenneth Hood sided with Kevin Choquette, 62, explaining the reason he's stripping Yvonne Choquette, also 62, of what amounts to nearly 100% of her income is because she's made no effort to become self-sufficient. Oh man. Judge Kenneth Hood for Prime Minister, guys. He may be the last chance you have up there in Canada. So let's dig into this rare case of good news coming out of Canada. Kevin Choquette, a retired bank analyst worth more than $14 million, I'm assuming that's 14 million Canadian, applied to the courts to end the $57,000 per year in spousal support he has been paying Yvonne Choquette for 22 years. 22 years? Oh my god. See, this is why guys don't want to get married. In response, Yvonne Choquette requested that her support be tripled to $180,000 a year. This is pretty typical for court cases from what I've seen. Someone fires at you, you fire back just as hard, and one of you is going to walk away standing, at least you hope. And we already know what the result was, and we know the reason, but let's get into a little bit of what led up to that. Kevin and Yvonne were married in 1979. He found work in securities while Yvonne worked for the city of Edmonton and later as an accountant. After the couple had a baby, Yvonne stopped working because we had a good income and I did not desire or choose to return to work. We had a good income. You are not working. I find it funny how that works out. And before anyone says, oh, but she was doing all the housewife stuff. No, she wasn't. These people are rich. You think the wives of millionaires do shit around the house? They got maids, you know. Either way, moving on. The marriage faltered after the birth of their second child, and Yvonne Choquette took the two children and left the family home. A messy court battle ensued, and Kevin was ordered to pay spousal support plus a lump sum of $160,000. He would also have to help with tuition if Yvonne decided to go back to school in an attempt to re-enter the workforce. But it appears that didn't happen. At the time, Yvonne argued she couldn't work because she was raising the couple's second child. Although she hadn't had a job for nearly 10 years, the judge who granted her spousal support believed it would only be a matter of time before she returned to work. Yeah, we've all heard that one before, huh? She told me that she does not intend to sit around doing nothing, and I accept her statement, the judge wrote in a 1996 decision. According to Hood, she chose a different path. This is the part where her whole story falls apart. Kevin gained custody of both children. That is a huge accomplishment, by the way. She must have been absolutely horrible for him to get full custody. And became a successful bank analyst, earning up to $2.3 million in 2013 alone. Yvonne never returned to work full-time, doing only part-time stints with Statistics Canada and Drake International, an employment agency. Her combined income was less than $10,000. And why would she need to work when she's got a paycheck coming in for doing jack shit? So what was she doing with that money? Yvonne, who has not had to support or raise her children since 1996, used her divorce settlements to buy several rental homes in Saskatchewan. Sounds like a good investment idea, doesn't it? Or at least it would be if she knew what she was doing. She also has a condo in Toronto on which she pays $1,301 per month in case she decides to apply for a job there despite maintaining a permanent residence in Cudworth, Saskatchewan. Well, I said it would be a good idea if she knew what she was doing, but we find out soon that that is not the case. According to financial records, she has been working as an organic farmer, but it hasn't been profitable. Between 2006 and 2009, her average annual income was $56,097. That actually does not seem all that bad. But, that's her income, not accounting for expenses. Her losses as an organic farmer and as a landlord meant she would often earn less income than what she was paid in spousal support. So obviously the solution is to just keep sitting around doing nothing collecting that free money. Between 1996 and 1999 and 2001 and 2006, the judge wrote, there was no evidence that she applied for a job. First, she said a physical disability was stopping her from working, but never provided evidence. Then she argued she couldn't work because she was depressed, again, providing no proof. In my opinion, though, that should be irrelevant anyway. If a guy says he can't work to pay his child support because he's depressed, he gets no sympathy, he gets thrown in jail. What we need is to get rid of these double standards. And this disability thing especially, that needs a lot stricter enforcement. One of my friend's moms was able to get away with claiming that she's too disabled to work. And for what it's worth, she does have a lot of serious health issues, like legitimately. But she claimed she couldn't even sit in front of a computer to do work for hours on end. And yet she has no problem sitting in front of a computer at home watching Netflix all day. Weird. Funny how that works out, isn't it? But it gets funnier. She did apply for a job in 2015, but the judge noted that the cover letter is so poorly written and with so many grammatical errors that it could perhaps be seen as a deliberate effort not to obtain the job for which it was submitted. And you see, this is why you gotta be smart about it. This here creates a paper trail. You gotta make that as perfect as possible. If you really don't want the job you're applying for, what you do is you put in the perfect cover letter and then you just intentionally bomb the interview. It's not that hard. I've done that one myself, actually. I applied for a job, got the interview, and then as I walked into the building to do my interview, I saw what a horrible work environment it was, and I decided, shit, I do not want to work here. So I bombed the interview, and sure enough, I didn't get called back. It works. But either way, one final moment of awesomeness for this judge. Hood acknowledged that his order may create economic hardship, but such a threat shouldn't be enough to continue to require Kevin to fund her lifestyle. Instead, Hood concluded his decision may encourage Yvonne to re-enter the workforce. Damn, dude, you may want to be careful up there in Canada. They may consider common sense views like that to be far right here in the future. It really is hard to understand, isn't it? What is it about getting money for doing nothing that makes people not want to work? How many of you guys out there would hold down a 9-to-5 job if you were getting paid the salary you're getting paid right now, but for free? Hell, and I bet most of you as well, would probably do similar things to what she did. We'd probably be using our time to maybe turn some hobbies into a supplementary source of income. Like, I bet the whole organic farming thing was exactly that for her. And if it fails, so what? We got the free money for doing nothing. But either way, unfortunately, this decision is not final. The woman does have 30 days to appeal the decision, which she definitely will. So there's actually a pretty good chance that this case will be reversed. But for now, though, things are looking up. The fact that judges like this still exist in Canada, that alone should give you guys some hope. That's all I gotta say, guys. Thanks for listening.